Today's NFL Daily is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety tool, helping keep you and your family, your personal information, your financial info safe online. And they're giving you a free 14-day trial of their safety tool at aura.com/chatsports. Today's video is a fresh look at the top NFL free agents left unsigned. You got Carlos Dunlap signing moments ago. We had to refilm the video as a result. And you've got guys like Julio Jones signing. So let's take a look now at who the top veterans left unsigned are. Number 20, Antonio Brown, Mr. Big Chest himself. Mr. Big Take My Jersey Off and Gallop off the field as I quit because of injury and whatnot. Very talented player, also very much a head case. So be honest with me, one of our favorite weigh-ins here at Chat Sports. Would you sign Antonio Brown? AB for yes or FAB for no? Number 19 is Kevin King, the former almost first-round pick of the Packers, was a very early second-rounder. Basically lost his job last year because he wasn't very good. King got 1 year's $5 million to re-sign with the Packers, which was kind of weird, and then he didn't play very well in Green Bay. For all the players we're discussing, there is a reason why they are unsigned. Often age, injury, or maybe they're just not that good anymore. Now, if you want more NFL videos, show the bosses by liking this one. The powers that be have led more NBA coverage here, but that's kind of starting to wind down, and training camps are here for the NFL. The preseason is a week away with the start of the NFL Hall of Fame game. I can't wait. If you want more NFL videos, show it by liking this one right now. Number 18, Ereck Flowers. I'm a bit surprised he's unsigned, not because he's remotely lived up to the expectations of being a first-round pick, but he can start for you at guard. And I've seen the offensive line play across the NFL. It ain't good. I would imagine there should be some interest in Ereck Flowers. His former teammate Landon Collins checks in now at number 17. The safety kind of partial linebacker who doesn't want to play linebacker. Remember that borderline all-pro defensive player of the year he had with the Giants? He ain't that guy anymore. Bobby Massie checks in here at number 16. Remember, he had signed with the Broncos, and then they actually re-signed Cam Fleming a couple days ago or a day ago, whatever it was. I'm a bit surprised that a team has brought him to at least be a swing tackle. There is, again, a lack of talented and reliable offensive line play across the NFL. A semi-complicated two-part ask for today's pinned comment, so make sure you're paying attention. In the same comment, at the pinned comment, I want you to shout out your favorite team and name a free agent you want them to sign. So team, player name, all in one comment. And that's at the pinned comment of today's video. So if the ad break happens to come here on YouTube, perfect timing. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know your favorite team and who you want them to sign. Chris Harris checks in at number 15. Oftentimes you find players who aren't as well regarded across the NFL as they are by media or fans. And Harris checked that box back when he first signed with the Chargers. Now he's unsigned. I think his career is beginning to wind down. Time for the receiver portion of today's show. Emmanuel Sanders, player I have long loved in the NFL, is beginning to age, and that is an issue from that standpoint. But he can still be a decent veteran for you. T.Y. Hilton, number 13, the Colts. Oh, look how that turned out. I didn't even mean to do that. 13 for 13. As an accident. Hilton is not the same player he was at his prime, in large part. Injuries. They've really robbed him in recent years. A lot of the guys you'll see on this list have some type of injury red flag. Now, if you want to avoid red flags popping up with your financial info, your identity information as well, keep it safe with our friends over at Aura. They offer financial fraud protection, identity theft protection, and online and device security. Like the vast majority of people, we spend more time online than ever. God forbid my phone gets compromised. All of my passwords are there. I'm in trouble, but Aura helps keep me safe. A free 14-day trial for you, the watchers of NFL Daily here on Chat Sports, when you head over to aura.com/chatsports. Links in the comment section and the description. You can cancel this trial at any time, so there's no reason not to give it a shot. Aura.com/chatsports. Number 12 is Will Fuller on our list here. Is Fuller's talent and age is better than Sanders and Hilton, but he didn't play really at all last year. Not that any of these guys were super healthy. And back in 2020, when he was with the Texans, he played for the Dolphins briefly last year, he was having a fantastic year, on pace for 1,000 yards, and he gets dinged for PEDs, working with allegedly same trainer as one DeAndre Hopkins. That seems noteworthy and significant. But Fuller's upside, I think, is better than Sanders or Hilton because when healthy, although he's had maybe more injuries than those guys combined, he's a dynamic vertical threat. These are their 2020 stats since they were all pretty banged up last year. So of the 3 wide receivers in this group, who would you rather have on your roster? ES for Emmanuel Sanders, WF for Will Fuller, or TY for T.Y. Hilton? Sheldon Richardson next up here, the defensive lineman for the formerly I should say, of the Minnesota Vikings. But he's been a good player over his NFL career. He's never quite been the most dynamic piece in the past here, but he is good. He is talented. I don't think he's going to be a instant impact guy from that standpoint. I think he's kind of capped out at this point as a rotational piece overall. All right, number 10 on our list is Joe Haden. I am surprised, by the way, that Haden hasn't found a new destination to go play for. I kind of would have thought by now that anybody would have picked up Haden. He can still start for you, and I do think start is kind of the baseline expectation at this point. Not going to be a premier player, but again, there aren't a lot of great corners in the NFL. So allegedly Haden has offers out there for him. He just hasn't found the right one. Maybe he wants to wait a bit longer into camp. Sometimes players don't want to do the full camp when they're older because it's demanding and it's a lot. So that one is worth keeping an eye out for. Number 9 on our list, Dont'a Hightower, the linebacker, most recently a member of the New England Patriots. He's not the same player he was in his prime, unfortunately. This is a player who, in 2019, last time he was fully healthy and out there, highly impactful piece. Made a bunch of big plays for you. Can do the rare ability to have coverage, run stopping, and blitzing. But in 2021, after opting out of 2020 due to COVID, he didn't look like the same guy. He allegedly doesn't know what he wants to do yet. Retirement could be in the cards. Now, the last time we did this video, we have shuffled our order, by the way, and one of the players who dropped a bit was Duane Brown. Not because he's not good, even though he is older. He got arrested this offseason for a weapons charge for having a not loaded gun, emphasis on the not loaded part, at the airport. Which is, my guy, what are you doing? You've flown for years. You know you don't bring a gun to the airport. What are you doing there? So that did ding him a little bit. At least it wasn't loaded, I guess, is the way to go about it there. Age is a big factor for Duane Brown. He's one of the oldest tackles in the NFL. Now, if you want daily NFL videos, you come to the right spot. We're going to ramp up our coverage as the offseason winds down and the preseason ramps up. Hit that sub button right now. Eric Fisher is number 7, and honestly, he's one of the most surprising players for me that remains unsigned. I mentioned earlier how there's just a lack of reliable offensive line talent. Fisher can start for you at left tackle. He's not elite, but he's better than at least a couple starters out there across the NFL. I would say it's a matter of when, not if he gets signed, but I kind of would have thought something would have happened by now. Number 6, Trey Flowers, the edge rusher, formerly of the Detroit Lions, had been linked to the Patriots as a return because that's how Bill Belichick always does things. His decline kind of seemed quick. He was never a double-digit sack guy, but was a reliable 7-8 guy. I think could maybe still be that. Someone should pick him up, but it's very quiet right now on this front. What player, unsigned at this point, is the most shocking to you? Which player are you like, wow, I did not think that guy was still going to be out there? Maybe it's a name we haven't gotten to. Either way, let me know in the comments section. Number 5, Anthony Barr had been linked pretty heavily to Dallas now. Maybe they're not interested anymore. Barr's injuries are a red flag here. He's missed a ton of time over the last couple of years. Bit of a random uptick in pass breakups that's probably not sustainable, but even if he's not a top 32 or even top 64 linebacker, he's a top 100 one. I'm surprised he's unsigned. Of all the unsigned players, Daryl Williams might be the one that makes me go, wow, that's interesting. I look at a team like the Raiders. They Denzel Good retires. They've got some iffy pieces on the right side. Daryl Williams could start for them right this second, and that's interesting to me that he's not starting for them at this point. So what free agent do you think is the best one left unsigned? The majority of the comments, I suspect, are going to focus on the top 3 we have. But I want to hear from you guys first in the comment section. J.C. Tretter, talent-wise, should be signed. There are 2 alleged possible reasons. Number 1, teams are concerned about the injuries he battled mostly through practices last year because he played over 1,000 snaps, and when he played, he was good. So I don't really buy the whole, injuries for Tretter when he was out there playing, even if he didn't practice every single day. Now, the other part, I think, conspiracy theory alert, he is the NFL player head for the PA. And NFL owners don't like the union heads being in that locker room sometimes. So I wonder if that might be your conspiracy theory reason. Number 2, Ndamukong Suh on this list here. Suh's too talented to be unsigned, even though he is older and one of the older players on this list. It is rare for a 35-year-old to make the impact that he does, but that is Suh to a T. The Raiders and Vikings had been linked. Honestly, I would have thought for sure he'd have been signed before camp. But at number 1, and he might stay number 1 for a while, is Odell Beckham. The reports were that Beckham wants to wait to sign until he's healthy with his ACL tear coming in the Super Bowl. That might not come until maybe around October, November, somewhere in that range. And the Rams, of course, want him back. He was playing like closer to the older version of Odell Beckham, but not quite there yet at this point. So wait, maybe have patience for Beckham, but I do think at some point he signs in the near future.